Okay, guys, we are going to get started, and hopefully, we're going to have a lot more people trickle in on here. But this is being recorded, so this is going to be used in the future for the brand partner basics, is what we're calling this. Really, it is kind of, I would say, brand partner 101, so to say, but really, it's important that we're going to be leveraging this specifically for people who are brand new. So, people that are brand new that are watching this, welcome to the team. Welcome to the fastest growing team within the fastest growing company. So, we're all part of This Is It team, and so we're super excited to be sharing more about brand partner basics and really how to build a sustainable, growing business. So you've already seen, obviously, that This Is It info. You've already got registered as a brand partner. Now we want to train you and teach you exactly what you need to do step by step to become successful. And what, just to give you background on me, so I'm Greg, and my wife Mena is normally with me, but basically my wife Mena is from South Africa. We live here in just outside of Sarasota, Florida, here in Los Estados Unidos for the United States. But we're super excited to be sharing because we're senior presidential directors in the Lifewave business, and we've been trained and coached by the best of the best. And so we're going to be teaching you what we know and what we've learned and how we applied this, because the key to this is wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. So you got knowledge on the business, you got knowledge on what to do a little bit. Now we're going to teach you what to do and how to do it, and when you apply it correctly, you'll be known as wise. That's what we want. So the first thing we're going to talk about, once again, as I'm going to go through this presentation, is really, do you really know what you get your hands on? Do you know what you have in your hands with this product? The reason why is because people will hear about this and like, I just want to try it. But do you know how powerful this is? So we're going to talk a little bit about the company, talk about David Schmidt, talk a little bit more about things that we talked about in the presentation. But the most important part is learning and understanding how this is going to impact your life and how you can help other people as well. So the very first thing that when we talk to me about this is David Schmidt. You saw this already. He's got over 200 patents. He's a scientist and inventor specializing in age reversing. And David, in 2008, focused attention on stem cell research. And so really, this is arguably the greatest regenerative wellness technology of our lifetime. To give you a little background on me, I actually had a car accident that damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. I had another accident that injured my knee that affected my right hip. So I have 5 areas of issues. And when my friend told me about this amazing patch, I said, I'll try anything. 3 days later, no issues with my knee, my hip, my shoulder, my neck, my back. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? And realized the claims they were making were very true. We now have business all over the world. We're helping thousands of people all over the world, and we really want to help as many people as possible. So once again, this is not just a product, it's a scientific breakthrough that's changing lives across the globe. We're part of a movement, and this really is, a movement that's pioneering the future of health, energy, and cellular renewal. And if you understand that, you're going to be very, very excited about what we're talking about tonight. So one thing we also know is that from a company standpoint, we are the fastest growing network in the entire world. We've gone from 20 million to 650 million in the past 4 years, projected to be a $1 billion company this year and next year, and 2 years in a row become the Bravo Growth Award. So we went from not only that, but they talk about a 3,000% increase since 2020, open in 80 countries. And this is not a Me Too product. That's the part you'll realize real quick. We get approached by so many other products. I just heard about another one today. That's fine, it's good, but against another Me Too product. So many other companies like that. And this is truly a true, what they call a blue ocean product. What that means is that when you think about all this other competition, they're in a sea that's a red sea because everybody's eating each other. Think about sharks eating everybody else and competing everybody else. Well, we're in a blue ocean. We throw our lines in the water, we just catch and catch and catch. And there's no one we can see for miles and miles because no one has the same technology we have. And you truly, if you understand that, that is a big differentiator. We've been in the industry a long time. I've understood how to market products like the different supplements and skincare and stuff like that. But every time it was just fighting an uphill battle because everybody's like, well, I'm using this and why do I need that and whatever. When we talk about a stem cell activation patch, people lean forward and go, what is it and how do I get it, right? So it's pretty cool. So it's a game changer. So this is a patented product, highly consumable, little or no competition, really. I mean, solid company performance, proven duplicatable system. That's the key that we're going to talk about tonight, is the system we have. And we have effective marketing tools, including the website, This Is It info, and it's free team training. That is huge. We used to spend a lot of money on team training and spend a lot of money. In fact, it ate up a lot of our profits because, again, it's once again, that was a big expense for us. Today, that expense is pretty much gone. We have 2 different meetings that we do per year, and those are different ones that only have expenses to it. Otherwise, everything else is free. Strong leadership culture, which is huge. That is massive. We have minimal startup costs and a lucrative pay structure. And if you understand this, we're making more money than I've ever had. And I was able to fire my job within 14 months of replacing my income. Several months later, I fired my job because of that. And so we talk about cutting edge innovation, for the future. So the other things we're going to talk about is the person Stuart Johnson who does the Bravo Growth Awards. He even said at our meeting actually for Steve and Gina, he said you have the right company, the right leadership, the right field leadership, which is people like us, the right products, the right systems, the right timing, and you need all of it. And you have it all at Lifewave. And that's really what we have. We have the best of the best. Nothing else compares. And that's why we're growing by leaps and bounds and helping people achieve more than they've ever achieved before and helping people have results like they've never seen before with this amazing product, because we have an exceptional product that's out there. And so the part that what we're doing is basically we always want to make sure that people understand you may have been involved in this type of business before. You may never have. You maybe have always wanted to own your own business, but we're giving you full permission to dream again. Have the freedom to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. Our dreams are bigger than ever before, and we're accomplishing our dreams. We have a dream list, and we're starting to check off the different things that we're doing, and it's been absolutely amazing. The people didn't get to remember is that there's 85% of people are unhappy and chained to what they would do. That was me. I was literally working a job, and I was actually working for a good company, and they changed their management style to be from mentorship management to tour mentorship management, and everything shifted. Everything changed, meaning that they became micromanagers. If you understand what that means, it was not good. I couldn't stand it, and all the stuff they kept on. We're not micromanaging. We're not micro. Then why are you bugging me? Leave me alone. Anyway, so 60% of all Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and it's getting. I hate to say this, it's getting worse. With the hyperinflation we've had in the past several years, pretty much since COVID, people are doing everything they can. That's called the gig economy, they call it. Everybody has side gigs because they have to. So once again, even doing side gigs, they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So, but we can dream again. You're not stuck in a box. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, today, and really what your goals and dreams really are. And so really the thing you got to understand is that, once again, if you want to have success, you got to have purpose, you got to have definitive goals, you got to have a plan of action. We're going to talk about a plan of action, exactly what we do and how we do it. We got a 21-day fast start to get you launched out of the gate. And even if you've been part of the business for a while, we're going to help you get started again with a 21-day fast start. My wife and I did it 3 weeks ago. We basically did it, and we're just started again last week. So actually about a month ago we started, did the 21-day challenge, completed it, and we're doing it again. And we're already well on our way, which is great. So if we can do it, you can do it. There's nothing different about us. So having courage and confidence and persistency and determination is the key to anything in success. So you should know a lot of this stuff, but I want to make sure you reiterate, this is all part of our DNA. This is all part of what we do, and you are the variable. So if you want to do this, do you really want to do this? Because you can casually impact or you can deeply impact. You decide. It's yours. And our goal is we want to get you to the top of the rank here. We want to help you actually accomplish your dreams and goals. And you may have heard other people talk about that. You may have heard other people say, well, yeah, we'll help you do that. And maybe they did and maybe they didn't. We take our time, our energy, our resources, the whole team. Our whole goal is basically to put resources in your hands. So all you have to do is follow the pattern and you will succeed. And we're helping more people to succeed than anything we've ever been a part of in the past, which is amazing. So again, we have a launch plan, and really you've got to basically start establishing this. And this is all can be found on believersforlife.com. So I'm going to go through some stuff first, and then we're going to go through individually pages like the Believers for Life and show you where this information is. But you want to basically print off a goal sheet and really put a deadline on your goals. And in here it talks about where do you want to be from an income-wise in 90 days. The reason why they say this, because once again, if you run for 90 days, you can accomplish certain things, but it's got to be realistic. It's got to be a realistic goal, right? But then also, what's your number, basically your freedom number, or your basically, I think they were, set free. I think they call it set free. Yeah, set free number. Meaning, as far as what's the number you need to make on a monthly or an annual basis to make you say, you know what, I got options now. That was like me. We prayed about it, and I just said, my wife said, you could work for them another year. I said, you could go work for them for another year. I am no mas. Anyway, so the part that you want to do is you got to make the decision for yourself, and you should really counsel with the people that are working with you. But when you think about that, is it an extra $5,000 a month? Is it $60,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $200,000? You pick the number, and we can help you accomplish that. And I say we will help you. We're not going to do it for you. We're going to help you as mentors and as coaches. We're going to coach you and help you and mentor you to do that. And so this has all been found on believersforlife.com. And then we're also going to go over some of the other things. So we're going to go over that in a minute. So the next thing is that, and that's what we're going to go to now. So there we go. So once again, go into believersforlife.com. This is what you want to do. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen for believersforlife.com. So let me go in here. Let's see where I've got it. I've got way too many things open. Eeny, meeny, miny, I think this is it. I hope that's it. And that's not it. That's what happens when you have too many things open. Let's try this again. So there we go. So it's not Safari. It's under, why is it not showing? Google Chrome. No, that's, well, yeah, I was actually in there. So under Google Chrome. So sorry, I forgot I have it on the same page here. I just need to escape out of this. How do I escape out of this now? I'm still not used to using Canva. So this is something that Brendan said with Canva. So the very first thing that we talk about is going to Believers for Life. So if you go to believersforlife.com, this is where you can find out. And that's just a link tree, basically has some different links in here. So the very first thing is you welcome to the This Is It team, which is really what it is. And we're just it's a team within the team that's a little more of a community. So the thing you want to have in here, once again, talks about, once again, different things you can do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Once again, in here, it shows how to launch. Once again, the Lifewave launch plan download that we talked about, that's one we're showing right here. So the thing I was just sharing with you here, there we go, is this here. And we're going to talk about this. You're only mainly looking at the top part here because we got now a 21-day game plan. But basically what you're looking at is with the first 90 days that you want to do, once again, the set free number, and what are your dreams? Once again, I want, the statement is, I'm building Lifeway so that, what's the reason? Just to make some extra money so that you can have freedom, so that you can live your dreams, whatever it is that you want. And it could be a very long thing. It doesn't have to be just one liner. But then what are your specific things you want, and how much do you need to make weekly? How much do you need to make in the next 90 days, and what's your set free number, okay? So that's the first place that you want to go. So let me close this out. And then it's got other information in here. Once again, your tools, the landing pages, different things, this, the order form, this is all in here on this one page. But now I want to point out to a couple other things that I think are very, very critical. So the very first thing that we talk about, again, is utilizing thisisitinfo.com. So this is it info is where we send everybody to. This is the best tool created, period. Steve and Gina Merritt, when they created this tool, it's got all the information in here. And I always want to point out that a lot of people don't know this. At the very top here, it's got the home, it's got the patents and studies, and then it's got the testimonials. I sent this to a guy today. I clicked on the testimonials, and I clicked on this link here at the very top here. This is it info/testimonials, because I said, you want to see testimonials? Here you go. Here's a bunch of testimonials. Each of these different ones have varieties of different things in here that have different videos in all these different things. So this is a great resource. But the other part to that is, let me back up, is that in here you've got also the videos. You get the one video talks more about the team. I always tell people the very first video talks about the team and what we're doing and where we're going. The next few videos talk more about the product as far as phototherapy, what is that? And the fifth video down now is basically got Dr. Leland Stillman. So I'm not going to go through all this now, but it's got all the information in here that people need. It's got the patents, it's got the studies, it's got the long-term results, all the results. So it's got also the medical doctor section, which is huge. So you can point to them, all these different things. And now we got, once again, athletes. And so they got more and more stuff they're adding all the time. The second thing is, once again, is This Is It Team website. So This Is It Team is the site that we use. It has basically a lot of stuff in here. And this is now also on what they call the school platform. So on the school platform, specifically, we have the same information. But once again, we got This Is It Team, which is the big team, hundreds of thousands of people. And then we got our community, which is basically what we need to basically work together. And then, so with that, the school platform, I'm going to go to this one first. Let me go here. Is This Is It Team, basically it's school.com and then this-it, then team. So in here, we can send you the link to this specifically. You want to sign up for this. This has all the information, the classroom, the calendar, everything that you need specifically in here. And there's also the second one you want to sign up for is Believers for Life. So that's what I want to make sure you understand on how we do this here. So going back to, let me make sure I have this here. So the first things to do, like you mentioned before, is click here and text the word hello to join the group text thread. Because now you're going to be able to be part of the group thread that you're going to get information of all the weekly meetings, the things that are going on, updates and stuff like that, which is great. And that'll help you get also then to, once again, to be able to be it on the Believers for Life for the school platform. So again, it's school.com. It's a cool kind of school, SKOOL.com, and Believers for Life. That is another place. So these are two different resources that we use on school. And there's a lot of things in here that we're going to reference today, including how to explode your business in the Lifeway business. We're going to talk about this today specifically. So the last thing part of this is that we're going to go to, so when we go back to the Canva that we're at, so I want to make sure you know where that's at. And the big thing we always tell people is that don't be afraid to ask questions. That's our whole goal, is we want to help you grow to the next level. And that's really what it is. So you're going to join the community, basically the community training platform. Watch once again what we talked about, the Joe Navarro on believersforlife.com, and then ask your sponsor, what do I do next? Because we want to launch you and get you started and moved very, very quickly. So next, what we're going to do is talk a little bit more about this. We have a system in place. So the very first thing, like tonight, Monday night, 7 p.m. These are all Eastern Standard Time. So change it for your time zone. But Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. is a new brand partner training. The reason we're calling this now basically brand partner basics is because it is. It's basics for, because a lot of people thought it's a new brand partner training. Hey, I've been a brand partner for several months, but I'm like, no, everybody should be tying into this because it's going to train you and teach you little things. The second thing on Tuesday at 7 p.m. is the team call. This is a team Zoom that we put together, the people in the team. We recognize people. We do some specific training for the team itself. So it's for all the people, but really it's for the people who want to build a business and build it in a big way. And then Wednesday, we got the leadership call, and we're going through right now, and I don't have it, I got upstairs, John Maxwell's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And so this is now, think about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got something going on those 3 days of the week specifically for new brand partner training or brand partner basics. Then we got the team call on Tuesday, and Wednesday is the leadership call. Again, some people can't make these. These are all recorded, but I'm telling you, there's a law of diminishing intent that we keep on talking about. You want to be live for these. So I tell people, clear your calendar. Then, of course, on Monday night and Wednesday night, there's a 8 p.m. Calls that they have at 8 p.m. that this is a team does, and Ken is doing one at 8 p.m. We're probably going to be spreading it amongst other people, other leaders, and basically going to be Tuesday at 8 p.m. There's also other different trainings that they have as far as ladies. The Zoom meeting on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. is specifically, they do it out of the Great Britain, but it's 3 p.m. Eastern time. So people in the middle of the day, if they're working nights or if they're available in the middle of the day, they can tie into that meeting. That's all put together by This Is a Team. Now it says Thursday Spanish. Now they have every day, Monday through, I think through Saturday, if I'm correct in this, every day in Spanish at 8 p.m. So if you know anybody habla español, you want to tie them into the Spanish only meetings. And then Friday there's noon, that's a short load meeting. And then Saturday's a training. So there's things going on pretty much every day. But the thing you might think about from a team perspective, you want to promote Monday at 7, Tuesday at 7, Wednesday at 7, then you get people in the meetings at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock is team meetings, and 8 o'clock is the opportunity meeting. So just keep that in mind. And then what we're going to do is basically talk more about how we can get people to those next meetings. So that's really the key to all of this. So the next thing to this is really understanding the system. The system comes down to how many people are attending literally these major functions. They do 2 of them a year, one in January and one in August. The one that's coming up in January is the one they have. Corporate does one once a year in October. We're going there this week. So we're going to corporate conventions, like 10,000 people. I'm going to recommend, if you're not making it in person, make a goal to be able to make enough money in the business to go next year. And it's not anything expensive. It's just, again, if I'd recommend going to Steve and Gina's meetings over going to the corporate convention, but if you can do all of them, I highly recommend that. But what happens if you say, I want to make a certain amount of money? How much do you want to make? Well, I want to make an extra $1,000 a week. Great. Then what you need to do is look at the scale here. And in order to do that, you need to build teams of people and get them tied into the functions. And these numbers are very accurate. I'll tell you that right now. So what do you think our number is? Our number is we want to have 300 plus people at every major function that they put on, which is once again January, which is going to be in Vegas, which is once again 99% online because we have only 500 people in person. And the biggest event is actually in August. So between now and January and between now and August, you want to get as many people attending this as possible. And I'm going to mention one more thing before we finish, which is something coming up this Sunday, because this Sunday is a free event at the convention, the Lifewave convention, the annual convention that they do. Steve and Gina said, hey, if we're gathering all these thousands of people together, let's do our own training, because Lifewave does a great job in teaching about the product, the vision, what's going on, but how do you build teams of people? Steve and Gina, I have to pull out all the stops. On the Sunday, they're starting at basically 8:30 a.m. In California time, Pacific time. So make that adjustment based upon where you're at. It's going to be, once again, like 11:30. Is that right? Yes, 11:30 Eastern time. So make the adjustment from there. But it's free of charge. It's going to be a YouTube link that you're able to go on. This is a team YouTube link and be able to watch this live. This is critical. This number applies to that as well. The more people that you have watching this, I'm telling you that right now. We're promoting this to everybody. We're telling everybody, if you're serious about building this business and you want to make an impact not only in your family's life but other people's lives, you need to clear your calendar this coming Sunday. Oh, well, we're planning on going to the beach. Well, we live in Florida, so it's October in Florida where people go to the beach. But you think about anywhere else in the country, oh, we got this going on. We're going to Pumpkin Festival, whatever. Whatever you got going on Sunday, cancel it, change it. Plug into this. I'm just telling you right now, we're gonna have information on that in a couple of minutes. So these are all things, because if this is important to you, if you say, I wanna make $3,000 a week. How many people wanna make $3,000 a week? Anybody? Yes, thank you. So $3,000 a week, once again, then you need to have these kind of numbers. That's what we had to do in order to make that kind of money. So we're getting hovering around this range now. We wanna be at this range. So that's our whole goal, is to help people do the exact same thing. So again, we can't promise anything, we just know what works. So once again, you want to study the landing page, study the This Is It info that I showed you. You want to also study thisisitteam.com. Once again, and Success Map, basically, a Believers for Life school platform. Again, once again, study David Schmidt's teaching, watch the Zoom presentations, take notes. I take notes on everything. This is only a couple months old. If you know what I mean? If you look at the amount of notes that we take and utilize them. Now, we just got done, once again, the Bahamas cruise just ended. We got a ton of people that qualified for it. Some people didn't qualify for it. So again, you want to remember, they have incentive trips all the time, meaning they're going to have usually a couple per year minimum. They went overboard in the past 2 years. We actually have qualified for 6 of the company's ones and 2 team ones. So we've had actually 8 free trips in the past 2 years. So if you like that idea, then you might want to listen to what we're talking about, because we know what we're talking about. We're not teaching theory here. We're teaching exactly what you need to do. A lot of people would spend tens of thousands of dollars to learn this. You're learning it, so take notes as if you paid tens of thousands of dollars, okay? So the next thing here is, once again, everything comes down to belief. And it talks about courage before confidence. It's very true. Because I talked about this today. We had another training we did earlier today with just some people from Europe and South Africa and stuff like that. And once again, we talk to people specifically what comes down to belief. Because when you whatever you can conceive and believe, now you can achieve, right? Because it comes down with basically believing that you can. So you got to believe in the industry. This is the greatest industry. I was just watching another video today where the person was talking about all these other ways of making money, and they said multi-level marketing or network marketing, whatever you call it, building a network is the greatest way, because you literally create residual income. Whether you're doing anything or not, your money keeps on coming in. We had money hitting our back office, every single day, every day. So believing in Lifewave, strengthening your belief in that. How do you do that? You get in different meetings. You get tied into the team. You'll be hearing more about this. Again, believing in the technology. Wear it. You start believing, right? Believing in the team and culture and the system that we have. We got the #1 team in the world for a reason. We're not the biggest team in the world. We will be. I'm telling you that right now. There's other bigger teams out there in other companies, but again, they're going this way. We're going this way. You understand the difference? They're doing this and we're doing this. So believe in yourself. We have a lot of people from those teams jumping on our team because they understand what it is, and that's just really what it comes down to. The #1 thing. You could believe in all this, but if you don't believe in yourself, you've got to believe that you can do this, and we'll show you that you can do it. And how you get results is based upon, once again, that, and this is going to really depend upon your belief. But also, as you believe, you'll get more results. As you get more results, you'll believe more. It just grows and grows and grows, right? And which is very cool. So how do we share this? So one of the first things that we do is make a list. I usually have these things right in front of me. We make a list of everything or everyone that we know. The one thing I do have in front of me is this thing, right? This is something you need to get out, all the names out of your phone. You go into your contacts and you basically look at the contacts and you start scrolling through. You start thinking of people. All of you are thinking of people right now. I guarantee it, because we all do. You're thinking, man, someone should have been on this training. I know someone else that, no, it needs to be. And you want to write them down on a sheet. And this is something, again, we're going to go through in a minute. You want to put their name down. The reason why is because get it out of your phone, get it out of your Facebook group, get it out of your Instagram, whoever it is, however you get through the church list you have, the list of neighbor, whoever it is, put it down on a sheet of paper, and then you say, okay, start with who do you love the most, who do you care about the most, who do you know that wants to build a business, who do you know that needs this product. That's who we're going to start with. People that when you pick up the phone, they go, hey, Greg, how you doing? I'm saying, I'm doing great. And then we'll go through what we're going to talk about. So then choose people who would likely benefit from the amazing technology. And then we start talking to everyone else, right? So that's the whole thing. Is we said, talk to people you care about, people that you love. Who do you love? Should be 4 to 10 people just off the top of your head, just thinking about, okay, who do I love? And that's what we want to do. So the next thing is, again, we start thinking of, they use the Frank and the 4 C's method, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids and grandkids, the parents and grandparents, then the people through church, through clubs, through community, co-workers, right? You think of people that maybe you went to school with, all these different things and stuff like that. Who do you know also who's an entrepreneur, who knows open, who has the funds to start a business, who is success-minded? Because you'd be surprised how many people are already very successful. You're like, oh, they're very successful, and they take a look at this and they're like, oh, I'm not missing this opportunity. It's just like anything else that's out there. They hear about a good stock, they hear about another good company, they think about whatever it is, they see another good business. They're always looking. Trust me on this. And who's influential and incredible? Because these are the keys here. These are the biggest ones that you want to check off and say these are the people we want to talk to. And then we also take action steps. So the key to this is how many people are you going to talk to each day? We recommend a bare minimum of 3. Bare minimum. Really, you should be talking to 5 people a day. Now, I'll tell you right now, if you've been part of any kind of business, I'm raising my own hand, any kind of business. I did this earlier today. I'm like, can somebody lower my hand? I don't even know how to do this. How do I even lower my own hand? Anyways, so I gotta find, it's just kind of funny because my hand's gonna be up this whole time if I don't change it. Anyway, I don't even know how to change this. It is the funniest thing because it's like when I'm sharing the screen, my whole thing changes around. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. My hand's gonna be up this whole time. I'm in. So how many people you can talk to today? I recommend 5. The reason why is because when you do that, the numbers don't lie. Because we're going to go through a second. So you think about, oh, this is once again, 1-to-1 in person on the phone, Zoom, FaceTime. I basically can do, how many things you can do, how many 3-way phone calls you can do. We're going to go over this in a minute. But the thing is, how many people you need to follow up with? You need to talk to 5 and follow up with 5. And then I got a high 5 already up there, right? On my screen, which is kind of funny. And so really the numbers don't lie. This is something that if you said, hey, if we're going to talk to a certain amount of people, what kind of numbers are we going to see over the year? So if you talk to 2 people, and follow 2 people, get 2 people started, you get 522 people. You talk to 4, you get 3. So even if it's 5, that's 1,300 people basically. And that's really only Monday through Friday. That's 5 days a week. So again, that's 5 people, 5 days a week. Again, and some people say, I could do more. So I don't know if I can talk to that many. Well, we're gonna teach you how to do that. And you're gonna be very excited about that. So really the next thing is filling in their names, put their names in the list and put the people down. You wanna talk about how many people you can talk to today, how many people you can follow up with, and how many people you can invite to a Zoom presentation. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how to utilize a new way of doing things, which is very, very exciting. And the last thing here is the 21-day fast start. So you can get this directly through the Believers for Life School, and I'm going to show you exactly where it's at. And this is what we're going to spend the majority of our time on now. We're going to spend the time on how to get started now. What's a 21-day fast start? And once again, if you're brand new, just signed up last week or this week, or if you signed up 6 months ago, we're going to help you get started today with basically getting a 21-day fast start. So what I'm going to do is going to stop sharing this real quick, and I'm going to share a PowerPoint, and I'm going to play a video, portion of a video for you, which I think is going to be very, very powerful, and I hope I have it. Where did you go? Oh, I love when I do this. I think I deleted it by accident. Okay, well, we're gonna walk through it. So let me do this real quick. So this is the 21-day fast start. So let me hear it. Lower my hand. There, I can lower my hand now. Good, that's good. Good to know. You gotta have fun, right? You're thinking, if this guy can do this business, oh my gosh, anybody can. So, okay, so this is the 21-day fast start. The reason I'm reverting to this is because this is what we've been teaching people specifically, and we wanna make sure that you understand this works, and this is gonna help you get launched like this, right? So for us, just to tell you a little background on our story, we got started, Ken talked to us about this, and literally when I said, okay, we're gonna run with this, and we bought the biggest package. We bought the biggest package available, the premium pack. So we spent $1,800 and change on this biggest pack, and literally my wife said, you better go make that money back quickly. I said, yes, ma'am. And so I literally went to work, and my wife and I both went to work, really, but really I was doing the majority of it at first, talking to a lot of people. And I started talking to people, calling people, talking to people, just telling them what happened, what this product is and what happened to me and everything else. And what do you think happened? Within 2.5 weeks, we made that money back. So how would you like to do the same thing? Well, we're going to recommend you watch Joe Navarro's his video, because he did the exact same thing. I think he made a lot more than us the very first month. So we made about $3,000 the first month. How many people would like to make $3,000 in the next 30 days? Yes, good. Okay, so think about this for a second. So here we have actually a 21-day fast start. The whole goal here is to get manager done. That's the whole goal. Within the first week, we want to help you get this done. And really the game plan is to really, the long-term vision is 20 personals right, 20 personals left. So as we put in two here, put one left, one right, one left, one right, right? We're gonna keep on doing that. We're gonna keep on doing that. We're gonna keep on doing that over and over and over and over and over. But initially we're gonna find this. We're gonna find the 4. That's what we wanna do. We wanna help you find the 4 and get that moving forward. So by doing that, what this 21-day fast start does is it basically helps you to focus over the next 21 days. So if you're starting today, you're gonna look at today's date is basically the 20th of October. Whatever day it is today, when you're watching this as later as a video, it's whatever day is today, and then you put 21 days later, the date 21 days later. That's your end date. That is like, okay, let's get started, boom, and put it down. You might put it on the 21st for tomorrow, because it's tonight, it's the 20th. So you say, I want to get started tomorrow, so it's the 21st, and now 21 days from now is going to be your end date. And then you're going to start putting names on your list. Who are you excited to share this product with, an opportunity with right now? And you're going to put these names down. Just put all these names down. We did this. We literally did this a little over a month ago, and we completed it, and we're doing it again. So we know it works. So then the challenge is now in the next 21 days, the very first thing we want to do is expose this to as many people as possible. So by exposing this to as many people as possible, the very first 48 hours is the crucial part of this. In fact, no, never mind. So we have 48 hours. We want to basically add 4 new brand partners left and right over the next 21 days. But we're going to focus on the next 48 hours. We're going to put 1 left and 1 right in the next 48 hours. So think about it. Today, right now, is Monday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, by Wednesday night, you want to have basically a new person on the left and a new person on the right. Well, how do we do that? We're basically going to share with people. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And then within that same week, we want to put another one left, another one right. So what does that help us do? It helps us get that done. Boom, you're now a manager within a few days. Now, again, if you don't hit it, that's fine. You can still get 21 days to get it completed. So by doing that, now the second week now, we're going to basically put 1 left and 1 right. And the third week, we're going to put 1 left and 1 right. So in a total of 21 days, we're going to put basically 4 people left, 4 people right. This is going to set you up for massive success, and we're not going to stop there. We're going to start doing it again and doing it again. Do you know why we're going to do that again and again? Because you've got big dreams, you got big goals, you got things you want to accomplish, and every single one of these people that you're putting in is going to impact their lives. And they're going to start bringing people in, and they're going to start bringing people in, and then you're going to have an organization all around the world, because that's what happens, which is very, very exciting. So by doing that, then now you want to help someone become a manager on your left and a manager on your right, and then you want to track the amount of money you've made in that 21 days. So I don't remember the exact number. I just knew we've replaced that income within 2.5 weeks. I just remember it was halfway through the second week they were basically getting that done, and I was like, so actually it's about 2 weeks plus a few days. Literally had replaced that income, and I high-fived my wife. I said, yes. I said, I've replaced that income. She goes, okay, keep going. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So if you really knew my wife, no. Anyway, so so what you do is start filling the stuff in, and so then you start calculating out. You can make up to like probably more than that. You make over $3,000 your very first 21 days if you follow the system, because you're going to sign up some core, some advanced, some premium, some advanced, premium, core, advanced. Now, if you sign up all cores, basically you're going to make $35 per person. But if you sign up advanced and premiums, you make $75 in the advanced and not $405 in premiums. You want to mix some premiums in there. So as this example, it was just $1,180, which is still not bad for basically just sharing this with people and helping people, right? So really the big thing is, why the premium? Because there's power in promoting the premium. Now, some people may not be a premium, and so they're not really promoting the premium because they don't understand the advantage of this. So I would like to say to you, if you're not a premium right now, and you maybe start on core, you want to upgrade to premium as soon as you can. And you might say, well, once I start making money from the business, I'm gonna do that. Trust me on this. You want to reinvest and get the premium because it is the best bang for the buck. You basically, once you get the premium, you're covered for 90 days. So say if someone signed a premium today, they're covered for October, November, December. They don't have to buy anything to basically to January of 2026 in this case, as of this date. So again, to people see that, they go, oh, wow, that's great. So you save money per sleeve. Your savings only $87.50 per sleeve, plus you save 2 months on shipping, plus the tax and shipping on that. So you save $665 by getting the premium. How much is it net on that then? It's really like $1,100, right? So when I saw that, I'm like going, okay, that's a much better deal. I get 20 sleeves for $1,100. What's the real price of that? I mean, that's kind of the way I think about it from that standpoint. Is that exactly what it is? No, but you get the advantage of the premium. Plus when someone else says, okay, how did you sign up? I'm a premium. That's what I'm going to recommend for you. Oh, okay, let me do what you did, right? So there's little things that make a big difference. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, and we're going to wrap up with this, is once again, how do we do three-way calls? There's different ways you can share the information with people, or you can say, hey, I want to share something with you, but I want you to talk to a friend of mine because he can go through more of this. But the best way to do this is a couple weeks ago explained this, how they're actually having 95% success rate. And what they did is they have the person basically that has the prospect connect to their mentor, their trainer, their coach, who they're working with. So once again, we know Cheryl. This is actually Cheryl here. This is Josh. You know him. I don't know who this guy is. He's some avatar guy. Anyway, so Cheryl knows this guy named Bob, and say this is Bob. So what she's going to do is she's going to call Bob. We're going to play videos so you can listen to this, but I'm going to talk to you about it, and then we're going to watch how it's done. So she's going to call Bob and basically talk to him, very excited. You're not going to say, hey, Bob, hope you're doing good. How you doing? No, instead of saying, Bob, I'm so glad I got a hold of you. Man, my husband and I are onto something very, very big. I won't say that. I'll say my wife and I are on something very, very big. I got to share something. I don't know what you know about stem cells, but we've come across the most innovative regenerative technology ever created, ever. It's a game changer. Are you and your wife available? I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm very busy, but are you available tonight at 7 o'clock or tomorrow at 8 o'clock? I'd like for you and your wife to hear more about this. And he's going to say, yeah, which one's better for you, 7 or 8? He's going to say, well, 7 o'clock tonight's good. Fantastic, great. I'll give you a call back at 7. So make sure your wife is available because I got some stuff to go share. I got to go now, but I'll talk to you tonight at 7 o'clock. I need about 30 minutes of your time total. Okay, is that good? Great. Okay, awesome, great. I'll talk to you tonight. Boom, click. Now, again, you don't have to talk as fast as I do. You can say it in a concise way, but you want to be excited. You want to be elevated. You want to be basically, because if you call me saying, hey, Greg, I'm super excited about this most innovative regenerative technology, I'd be like, what? What's going on here? Anyway, so obviously excitement is the key. But what they do is then they basically share this video with them. So I want you to hear how this is done. And then they get Josh online, he basically answers questions, right? So this is what's going to happen. So you've got Ken. If you're on my team, you got us, you got me, we got Mena, you got Ken that basically can help you out. So again, with Ken, we got other people that we're tying into this to basically help out on the team. So I'm going to play a video and I want you to hear the contact, what we say, how we say it, use it to your advantage, however you want to do it. But I would memorize this. That's what we've done. We're memorizing this. We're shifting a little bit, basically memorizing this line because to me, it makes the most sense. If what you're doing is working, then do that. Whatever works best for you, but not to overtalk, not to go over information. So watch this 30-second, basically it's 30 seconds of what she says, or about a minute what she says. Then we're going to play it again, and then we're going to hear Steve and Gina interact with them, and then we're going to talk about how we do these 30-minute meetings, which is going to change everything that you're doing. So here we go.
It's simple. You just pick up the phone. I don't believe in small talk. I've called people that we haven't been in contact with for 20 years, right? And just pick up the phone and I just say, hey, Bob, I'm so excited that I got a hold of you. John and I have got our hands on something super big. I don't know what you know about stem cells, but we just discovered the biggest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. You and your wife need to hear this information. Hey, Bob, I'm super busy. I've got tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 8. Which one of those work? I need about 30 minutes to visit with you.
That's it. So again, did you understand kind of what that was? The key line is there. I don't know what you know about stem cells, but we just discovered the biggest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. Now, the reason we do that is because, again, we can ask questions, what do you know about stem cells, what this or that, but then you're going to get a lot of other questions. It's better to get them on the line, and then we're going to talk about what we do. So let's do the contact again. So we're going to play it again. I want you to hear it again, and then we're going to Steve and Gina kind of interact with them, talking about it, because there's little clues that they talk about that are absolutely huge. And I'm getting people blowing my phone right now. So here we go. Play it again.
It's simple. You just pick up the phone. I don't believe in small talk. I've called people that we haven't been in contact with for 20 years, right? And just pick up the phone and I just say, hey, Bob, I'm so excited that I got a hold of you. John and I have got our hands on something super big. I don't know what you know about stem cells, but we just discovered the biggest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. You and your wife need to hear this information. Hey, Bob, I'm super busy. I've got tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 8. Which one of those work? I need about 30 minutes to visit with you. That's it.
Now, so they're setting up another phone call. Am I right?
Yeah.
Is it
it could be a Zoom, Steve. It could be, most of ours are phone calls,
Phone call.
I have a lot of people that like to do them by Zooms, and it can be belly to belly. So anyway,
I like phone calls too, because you can do them a lot anywhere. A lot of times Zooms, you're not in a perfect spot. So I love this. But guys, now you use it in your own personality. But whatever it is, she said stem cells. She's on to, I love the same thing that I say, they say. We're on to something big. You can't make this sound like some mom and pop little teeny thing that nobody's making any money.
That's right.
She says she's on to something big. So now you've booked the appointment and you suggest a little bit like, what's best for you? Maybe you said that. I'm sorry, I was listening.
yeah, what's better for you? I've got tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 8. I
But
always
you see how she doesn't say what's good for you. She's suggesting, she's giving you the times right there.
She told him she
Book
was
it in.
busy, so.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
said she was busy.
you
Yeah,
give
I love
them the times, and you don't ask them, hey, do you want to hear about this? You don't do that. You just tell them they need to hear about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You love them. You
Gosh,
want to
I
hear
love
about
this, everybody. Has everyone got this? I mean, we're expecting, before you even came on, remember what I said? John and Teresa expect them to get in. You can't get
Right.
95%.
And she didn't say, are you interested?
No.
She said, you've got to hear this. Are you available tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 8? I need 30 minutes of your time. I'm busy. This is the time I got. I love it.
Okay.
I love it because Teresa doesn't have any open-ended questions when she asks him.
Yes.
She goes with statements, no open-ended questions. Where they have to
It's
Now,
open-ended
you got
questions.
us, you called us, let's just say you called us, we said, okay, we're ready to go tonight, okay?
Okay.
Let's walk us through, what are we gonna do?
All right. So tomorrow or tonight, we're
Yeah.
going to call at the appointed time.
Yeah.
And if it's a husband and wife, I'm saying, "What? I want you both to be here. You got to hear this, guys. This is a game changer."
Okay, so then now we're going to go into what they do during the 30-minute meeting. So once again, they want to make sure they're both on there. This is a game changer. That's the next part. Now, this is the next video. Basically, they talk about what they say and how they say it and how they land on that. Keep in mind, the person who's brand new doesn't know what to say, doesn't know how to say it, but if they can point to a video. And so she explains that what she does is gets them on the phone. Hey, I'm super excited to get a hold of you. To save us some time, because I've only got 30 minutes, I'm going to send you I just sent you a link. It's a 15-minute video that's going to talk a little bit more. She talked about an 18-minute video, but we're using the Steve and Gina's 15-minute video. I'm going to send you a 15-minute video. And this 15-minute video is going to save us a whole lot of time. So what I want you to do is I'm going to hit, did you get the link? Great. Click on that. I'm going to stay on the phone. And so when you're done, just say, hey, I'm done watching the video. And then what she does is basically already have it pre-set up with her mentorship team that basically says, hey, Mena, hey, Greg, hey, Ken, are you available to help us do a call? Basically, we're doing a connect call. Are you available, in this case, you said for 7 o'clock, are you available around 7:12 to 7:15? Right? And we say, yes, I'm available, Greg's available, Mena's available, whatever it is, whoever's available will say yes. And then basically you hear what they're going to do from here. So I want to set this up because, again, the newest person, yourself, if you're new, you go, okay, what do I say? How do I say this? The main thing is set up the 30-minute meeting, tell people how important it is. If they start asking questions, I can't answer your questions, we'll go through all that basically. And then you're just basically getting on the phone, say, I want to answer your questions, but to save some time, I'm going to have you watch a video. And the video's going to talk about this stem cell technology that's going to blow your mind. Trust me, it's going to blow your mind. So here, so click on the video because you've already texted it to them and go from there. So check this out. This is awesome, guys. Watch this.
Once we get them on the phone, I have an 18-minute video that I use. I wanted to shorten the curve, you guys. I decided I needed to disseminate the information. And so I have a video. Steve and Gina have a video. Scott and Renita, use your upline leaders video. And it's 18 minutes and it paints the picture of what we've got, what we have our hands on. It talks about the product, David, everything that we need, and then about the business.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to show them both. Because if you don't lay out the buffet, if you don't put out the smorgasbord and you just talk product, well, you're not going to have anybody that wants to build a business and they wouldn't even know. So you have to show the product and the business, and then they can decide what's best for them. So when I call you, Steve and Gina, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to text you something real quick. I want you to open that. I'm going to be right here. I want you to open that and watch that. I don't want to talk in between because there's some powerful information in there. It's 18 minutes long, and then I'll answer your questions at the end. And the thing that I like about doing this is, guess what? We have a video 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So
Right.
I've got people in South Africa showing the video, and their leader is doing what we call a connect call or a three-way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we still use Zooms. We still plug into all the
Right.
Zooms, right? We still plug into everything. But this is another tool in your toolbox that you have available. You have Steve and Gina's video 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Guess what? If that person's available now, let's do it. Let's not wait till Thursday. You guys, the reason we don't send the video, I don't know when they watched it, if they watched it. It doesn't really show I cared about them. I just sent them that and hope that maybe they're going to be interested. No, I want to show them I really truly care and love about them. And then I immediately can do a connect call, a 3-way call with somebody in my upline that's successful to do what? Edify me, I edify them, then I'm quiet during that 3-way call. You let the person you're connecting with do all the talking, because if you start interrupting them, you just took their expertise away. You let them be the expert. And what does that 3-way call, or we call it a connect, do? It gives third-party validity, credibility. It lets them see that they're going to get help, that there's a bigger picture, and it shortens a curve. You guys, if you send the video to somebody, guess what? Now you've got to go chase them to figure out when they watched it. Now you're texting, calling, have you watched it? Did you look at the information, right? So, and it's all about, when I do a connect call, it's not about me talking. It's about me asking a few questions, telling them how honored I am to meet them. I'm so excited. Jay and Amy told me all about you. I couldn't wait to meet you. And I get the best part. I get a call you a new friend, hopefully, and find out, what did you see in that video that caught your attention or interested you the most? And then I'm quiet and they start to talk. So I'm just going to tell you what we found out in all these years of the industry. People are people. And if you tell them you're bringing someone on, they're going to go, oh, no, 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 no. They think you're bringing in the closer. Well, guess what? I can't close you. I can't close you. I don't know you, right? I don't know their friend. They don't know me or trust me. So I say at 17 minutes. Oh, and let me set this whole thing up. So Jay and Amy text me and say, Teresa, we're showing Bob tonight at 7 o'clock. Are you or John available for a connect call? And I want 2 to 3 sentences about Bob. He's got a sickness or disease. He's money motivated. He's entrepreneurial, what he does for a living. I want to connect with Bob, right? And then Jay and Amy are going to text me and say, video started. Why do we do that? So we know the appointment stuck, right? Mm-hmm. Then I know in 17 minutes, the phone's going to be ringing. So they're calling me before the video's even over. And guys, here's what I tell our people to say. I say, you guys just say this. I am so excited. Bob, you've got to be as excited as I was the first day I saw that. That information was absolutely incredible. We don't know what we don't know. And guess what? I've got my good friend and business partner, John or Teresa, on the phone, and they said they couldn't wait to meet you and are just here to answer any questions you might have. Teresa, are you on the phone? Hey, I am. So then they go and edify Bob. They edify me and they say, Bob, this is Teresa. Teresa, this is Bob. And a lot of times they interrupt and Bob will say, Teresa, it's so nice to meet you. It happens all the time. They're excited to get their questions answered. You guys, nobody has in the world what we have. We have something so special with this and so life-changing. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs this. They don't know it until we show them they need it. So once we get all their questions answered and I've edified their leader and there's no more questions, I say, Bob, I am so excited that Jay and Amy have shared this with you. They are incredible people. You already know that. You know that they have a love and a passion and a servant heart to help others. They're going to get you started right away. Wherever you're comfortable, I cannot wait to hear your testimony on the product. And on all the calls lately, I can't tell you how many people we have got enrolled to come to the event. I always mention the big event. Guys, we have 19 days left until the big event. Keep pushing. It's the last few people that you get in those seats that end up being your biggest builders. Don't think it's too short a notice to get people to this event, to get there to Sunday to hear Steve and Gina's training. It's a big deal. And so then we do what you and Gina do. We have applications printed out. So I always say, have an application on your desk so you can get their information. They saw the 3 packages and I call it good, better, best. Look, if you want to dip your toe, here's this one. If you want to open the comp plan and you want enough for you and your wife, I suggest at least this one. And if you're an all-in person like my husband and I, and you want to build something big and you see the power and you're like me, you want the best price, I'd go to the route at the top. I'd take the premium. And so that's what we did. We just get them started. But I tell my people they have to ask for the sale. They just did everything perfect. Now they have to not be afraid. I always say to them, so how do you see yourself getting started? Don't say, do you want to get started today? No, they can answer that yes or no. So how do you see yourself getting started? That's a question that they have to answer. But I want to tell you something else we like to say is, and I'll usually have a piece of paper, especially if I'm in front of them, with them at the top and a leg on the right and the left. And I say, hey, I know as you were watching that information, you were thinking of 3 or 4 people, weren't you? And they say, yeah, okay, what's their name? And they always pause for a minute, like I'm going to know them or something. I may know just their first name. Well, I was thinking about my mom, Betsy. Tell me about Betsy. Do you think we could get this in front of Betsy today? So we already get them going towards that out of the gate in 48 or left and right by Monday night.
Absolutely. So hopefully this is making sense, because one thing I want to make sure you understand is that if you can send people a video, you can send people the website. If you send people just that this is an info website, what does it do? It gives them the information on the product. Now they're just interested in the product. But if you send them a 15-minute video with Steve and Gina, that's one thing. Now she talked about what's the challenge is just sending the video. The challenge is that they may or may not watch it. Now you're chasing them. So if you set up a 30-minute meeting and preface it basically saying, I've only got 30 minutes. So if you make sure both spouses are there. I've had it before where one of the spouses can't make it. I said, great, let's reschedule. Now you set up the time. I'm thinking I'd rather take 30 minutes and go make some phone calls or do something else than literally get on the phone with him and then him basically have to explain to his wife and explain. I'm not going that route anymore. We're like, if you and your wife are available, that this is what we're going to do. So that's a game changer. People are going to do that. Now, got to remember, this is for people that you know. They know you. There's not somebody cold off the street. It's got to be a warm friendliness. It's all called a connect call for a reason. Now you're edifying the person who you're working with. They're edifying you, and all you're basically doing is helping them to move forward. So the thing, what it does is in a 30-minute time, it gives them the idea of the business. It gives them the idea of the product, gives them the idea of the business, and we can help them get started with no risk whatsoever, right? Just get started right away. Now, worst case scenario, if they say they want to think about it and set up another time, book the time. Don't just say, okay, I'll get back to you the next couple of days. No, do not do that, because it doesn't work. Then you're chasing people. And I always tell people, I'm a professional, not a pest. How much time do you think you need? Most people usually know they need to talk about it tonight, maybe tomorrow at the most. So do you have some time tomorrow night? Say if it's today, I say you have some time tomorrow night, or I should say, is it Wednesday or tomorrow night better? I'd recommend let's talk again tomorrow night. Now, if somebody says something like, well, I'm busy this week, let's talk maybe next week. Say, honestly, I'm very busy myself too, but I know what happens because you're being busy. I just need another 15 minutes of your time at the most, just answer some questions and basically say, does this make sense to move forward? Period. we're not doing an hour-long meeting, if you know what I mean. So these are little things that are making, that as we're doing this, it's making a big difference, and we're getting people signed up. So when you understand that people understand your passion, your belief, and when you tie someone else in a third party, that third party thing makes a huge difference. So again, I'm going to show you one last thing real quick here. And I'll make sure you understand that this here is a link to the one that we have. If you're on our team, utilize ours. If you're on Ken's going to be creating one himself. If you're on Ken's team, you want to create the one. Now this link, again, I got to put a new QR code in there. It'll basically come up with the bit.ly thing, but look at the link on the bottom. It's our YouTube link. Click on that and save that link. So you want to scan that. The second one is here. So get out your phone, go put on your camera, and basically scan it. And this is going to go directly to Steve and Gina's. It'll say YouTube, and it'll go directly to Steve and Gina's. I didn't click anyway. So my clicked on their YouTube. There, now it opens. It goes directly to Steve and Gina's a 15-minute one. That's the one I recommend for right now for everybody on the team. If you haven't watched this, watch it. Watch it again. Watch it again. Trust me, by the time you watch it a third time, you're like, this is amazing. So you want to hear from them and hear what to do. So, but that's pretty much it. You want to basically print this off tonight. That the 21-day fast start, this is what you want to get started. The rest of it's going to fall into place. Some people go, well, I don't understand this. You don't have to understand it all. Trust me on this. You'll understand it as we start moving along. You'll understand when you look at your back office and money starts accumulating, you'd be like, now I'm understanding it a little bit more. So again, we're pretty much done. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing here, but I want to make sure you understand this is something we're going to be doing every single Monday. Now remember, next Monday we're not going to be available. Ken may be available. We won't be. We're actually going to be just flying back from Vegas, so we're not going to be doing this meeting next Monday, but the following Monday, we're going to be doing this again, this brand partner training, and we're going to be going over the new enhancements. So as of next Monday, there's new enhancements going on, and you're going to be very, very excited about that. We're all getting a pay increase, just put it that way. So very, very exciting, but I'm so glad we got a chance to get people on tonight. You're going to want to think about your new people, the brand new people that are getting started in your team. You want to have them understand this is at info. This is a team. Understand the Believers for Life, how that falls into the team is basically our own community. And once again, the school platform, because when you understand that, that's all you really need to know. That's where you can access all this information and then work with the coaches, start writing down questions, the people you're working with. And again, we're going to basically answer your questions for you. So it's been a pleasure sharing with you tonight. And again, I'm going to jump off here, but if you got any questions, grab the person who's working with you. They should be able to answer questions. If we're working with you, get a hold of us and we'll be able to help you out. But start implementing the strategy. Oh, last thing. So in the chat, I'm going to, I think Rob already did it. Hold on a second. Thank you, Rob. So Rob put in our meeting there. I'm going to also put in two other things. The recordings that I had here, let me go to my text messages, and I'm going to put them in the recording of this. So when it shows up on Believers for Life and also on our platform too, in here, the first thing I'm putting in here is the what to say. Is what we titled it. So copy from John Teresa gets a little 30-second blurb. It's really a 2-minute one that kind of explains what Steve and Gene are talking about. The main thing is just play that 30-second clip over and over and over and over. This is kind of, and I'll put it in here. So what to say. And this in the chat here. And the second one is the 8-minute one that basically that Brendan put together, which is one to how to explode your business. Copy this one here and put this in here as well. So I'm putting in here how to explode your business. You start implementing these things and things start happening. I'm just telling you right now, the results don't lie. If you do things the right way, if you shortcut the shortcut, it's not going to work. So follow these things here. So if you go to your chat, you can click on these, and I recommend saving them. In my phone, I just had a guy today said, hey, can you send those things to me? And I literally just copied, right? Or the one that we had, Greg and Mena, and from Steve and Gina, but I copied it right in my notes. I've got my notes section in here. I've got all the different links for all the different stuff, including these in there. So if someone says, well, can you share that what they say and how they say it? Boom, I can copy, paste, send it right to them very, very easily. These are little things that'll save you time. And once again, it's been a pleasure working with you tonight. So again, the key to this thing is we pray for people, we pray for the team. And once again, our biggest part to this is we want you to succeed in a huge way. And we really want to help people grow. So let us know how we can help you grow. Thank you, Denise. I really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who got on here tonight. Hopefully this is, yes, we'll see you Wednesdays, right? Actually, we'll see you Thursday. So we're flying in early Thursday. I know a lot of people are flying Wednesday. We're flying in early Thursday morning. So we will see people in Anaheim. Well, we're coming to California, and then we're going to be having a lot of fun with all these things that are going on in the near future. And there's a lot of great and new things that are happening. Very, very exciting things happening. So God bless you. Have an amazing night. And once again, get new people. Tie them into the meetings that are going on. There's no This Is It team meetings this week. So if you need to do individual calls like this, get us involved, get Ken involved, get other people, the team involved that you're working with, and they will help you do that. Work with your team and we'll get this done. So God